Bonjour, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad to see you today for another perfume review. And today I'm going to review one of my favorite men perfume. I love this perfume. Unfortunately, this perfume is discontinued. It's a very expensive niche vintage perfume. This is a very dark, deep, intense, woody, aromatic, balsamic perfume, very male, very alpha male, very masculine, but very classy, super elegant, with a very vintage, old school note. It's one of the old school perfume I just love. Unfortunately, this perfume is discontinued. This is a very vintage, niche perfume, and some bottles are super expensive, but it's definitely worth the eye. This is a very male, aristocratic, woody, earthy, resinous, dark, deep, intense, aromatic, balsamic perfume with a very vintage, old school, soapy direction on the dry down. It's very masculine, very alpha male, super alpha, but at the same time very classy, super elegant. For me, this perfume is more oriental than green per se. Tonight I'm going to review Tsar Van Cleef. So unfortunately this perfume is discontinued, but I love this perfume. There's something, yeah, very male. I'm super attracted. I really like the very green opening notes, which get darker and darker, very intense. And it's very soapy on the dry down, but at the same time very coniferous, very green, a little bit herbaceous too. So on the opening, it's very green. It's very green and it gets woody, creamy, a little bit dark, balsamic with some oriental notes on the base. And you get this very unique, original, a little bit vintage pine tree note. We get something very coniferous, super green, a little bit earthy to this perfume. And I don't know, but this soapy old school notes on the dry down, it's super pleasant for me, for a woman, to smell this perfume. And there's something super dark, super intense, super male, very alpha, very masculine, but this type of, you know, gentleman side that I just love, because it's a super classy, super elegant perfume. So on the opening you got something very unique, very well blend, super complex. You get some lavender, artemisia, rosemary, a little bit spicy, the coriander, the cinnamon, the neroli, and this woody, earthy pine tree also on the middle. There's something super green in this perfume, very green on the opening too. It's like breathing in the woods, in the deep, dark Russian woods on a foggy walk during the morning. It's a Russian forest, but very dark, very dense, very deep also, and at the same time it's super classy. It's fresh, it's moist, it's a little bit herbaceous. It's fresh, it's moist on the opening with the pine tree, and it's also herbaceous a little bit with the lavender, the spicy notes, the coriander, the juniper, also the geranium, the caraway. And you also get a very well complex, classy floral complexion, floral accord, with the jasmine, the rose, the lily of the valley also on the middle. So something, you know, very refined, very classy, very elegant. It's cold, it's wet, it's verdant, with a green pine opening notes, and at the same time it's super classy, super refined, a little bit feminine, with the well blended complex floral notes also. So that's why it's super masculine, but it's never aggressive, because it's very classy, very refined at the same time. This perfume inspired me class, confidence, you know, masculinity, but super classy, super gentleman at the same time. There's something very aristocratic with this perfume, very mature, very complex. I think it's for young men with a lot of experience in life, a lot of confidence too. would never apologize to be a man. I think what attracts me to this perfume is the combination of the crispy, spicy, very green, very earthy, a little bit invigorating notes of the pine tree, and at the same time this very refined floral notes with the jasmine, the rose, and also the oriental base of this perfume, which gets very mossy, very umbery, very musky at the same time, a little bit smooth, a little bit warm also. So it's very complex, all these different notes. You get at the same time a very fougere, very mossy, very green coniferous and herbaceous notes on the opening, and it gets smoothy, creamy, soapy also on the dry down. There's no aldehyde in this perfume, but you get a very soapy direction also and powdery direction on the dry down. Let's try to smell this perfume together. Yeah, there's something very aristocratic with this perfume. I just love. It's very masculine, very macho, a little bit macho at the same time, very alpha male, but super classy, super refined, super elegant. Oh my god, yeah, and very deep, very intense. So if you like green perfume but complex with floral notes, direction, if you like also cologne, you're gonna love this one because they are very green opening cologne note, and on the dry down it gets more creamy, more soapy, a little bit warm and oriental too. Beautiful, yeah, very beautiful combination. So on the opening you got, like I said, some cologne notes, very green, very earthy, balsamic, very aromatic too because of the rosemary, the coriander, the bergamot. You got also the lavender, the artemisia, the cinnamon, and the neroli. Yeah, very spicy, very green, very earthy at the same time, a little bit coniferous too, herbaceous too. On the middle you got this crispy notes on the pine tree, so super green too. You got some juniper, carnation, geranium, carnauer, so creamy, spicy, crispy. And you get this very complex flower notes with the jasmine, the rose, the lily of the valley, very refined. On the base you get something very mossy, musky, ambery with oriental notes with the oak moss, the liver, the sandalwood, the cedar, the musk, the vetiver also. The vetiver also, the patchouli, the amber, the tonka bean. This tonka bean and coconut, which is a little bit exotic and very surprising in this perfume. You're not expecting some notes like that. It makes this perfume even more sophisticated actually. Yeah, you can smell something a little bit, but very, you know, it's very light, but it's a little bit sweet on the base. So probably the coconut notes and the tonka bean, which adds something very exotic, but you're not expecting something like that into this perfume because you really smell something green, something earthy, balsamic, warm, smooth, creamy, and soapy at the same time. And you get some, yeah, very unexpected notes on the base. So it makes this perfume very dense, very sophisticated, very dark, intense, and a little bit spicy. I love this perfume. There's something very, yeah, very contraire. It's like you add a very different notes and it makes this perfume so sophisticated, very sophisticated actually, very alpha but at the same time super classy, super refined and very green, and at the same time you get floral notes, spicy, and some very unexpected sweet coconut and tonka bean on the base. Yeah, I regret that Van Cleef decided to stop the production of his perfume. This is such an old school, a masterpiece. For me, this perfume is really a male masterpiece, an old school, with a very old school vibe, old school direction, super classy, super elegant perfume. Very aristocratic, like the name of this perfume, Tsar. It's very aristocratic, very elite, very niche. I'm very addicted. I love this man perfume. I really like it. So tonight I made a review of Tsar by Van Cleef green cologne perfume. If you like green, if you like cologne notes, if you like floral, classy, very earthy, balsamic and oriental, you're gonna love this perfume. It's definitely worth the price, definitely worth the investment for a unique original bottle. If you can find one on eBay, Etsy, online, definitely worth the price. So don't forget to subscribe if you liked this review. Don't forget to leave a comment. I would super curious to know how you discover this perfume, if you like to wear this one, if you're interested to find a bottle. So don't forget to leave a comment also, and I see you very soon for another video. Bye.